Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, MineralRite Corporation just filed an 8K and I am seeing a lot of very early stage project talk. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is giving an update and it's mostly about exploration and potential rather than solid numbers. Alright, MineralRite Corporation, trading under RITE, has put out a Form 8K. This is a current report, meaning something important happened that they need to tell us about quickly. The date of this report and the earliest event it covers is the 21st of April 2026. This report is essentially a heads up to investors about recent developments. MineralRite is a smaller company in the mining sector, and these kinds of filings often give us a peek into what they are doing behind the scenes. The company's name is MineralRite Corporation. They're incorporated in Texas and have an IRS employer identification number, which is 90-0315909. Their principal executive offices are located in Dallas, Texas. Looking at what is registered, they have common stock trading under the symbol RITE on OTC markets. They also have several series of preferred stock, Series A, B, C, and D plus Series NMC preferred. Most of these don't seem to be actively traded or listed on major exchanges right now. The par value for Series D and Series NMC preferred is $25, while the common stock has no par value. It's important to note that MineralRite identifies as both a smaller reporting company and an emerging growth company. This tells us they are likely smaller in terms of revenue and market capitalization, and they get to use some relaxed rules for reporting compared to bigger corporations. Typically, this means they are still in a growth phase and might not have as much historical data or financial depth as more established players. The main part of this filing is under Item 7.01, which is about Regulation FD disclosure. This is where companies share important, non-public information with everyone at the same time to avoid unfair advantages. MineralRite issued a press release on the 21st of April 2026. This release is giving an update on what happened in the first 3 months of 2026. The press release talks about a few key things. First, they renewed their mineral lease with the Arizona State Land Department for their Skull Valley project. This is significant because it allows them to continue their work there. They also conducted field verification and sampling. This means their experts physically looked at the project site, gathered samples, and checked the geology. The company's qualified person, which is a person who meets specific professional requirements to vouch for technical data in mining, was involved in this. They are also looking into potential environmental credit opportunities, which could be an additional source of value or revenue. Plus, they are expanding their network of industry consultants, meaning they are bringing in more outside expertise to help them. Lastly, the press release mentions certain capital structure initiatives, which is corporate speak for financial strategizing, possibly involving how they fund their operations or manage their debts and equity. This press release is attached as Exhibit 99.1. This is the document where all the details of the update are found. Then we move on to Item 8.01, which covers other events. Here, they reiterate that they are moving forward with evaluating their Skull Valley project. This includes ongoing technical reviews, checking out the site, and collecting samples, all done in the first quarter of 2026 as detailed in that Exhibit 99.1 press release. Now, this is where it gets important for investors to understand the stage of the company's work. MineralRite is very clear. Their current activities are only about evaluating and verifying. They haven't established any mineral resources or reserves, yet according to the strict standards set by Regulation SK. This means they haven't proven there is a commercially viable amount of minerals there. This is a crucial point. Any past technical data they might mention about the Skull Valley project was created before new stricter rules, called Subpart 1300 of Regulation SK, were put in place. This old information is not up to current standards, hasn't been double-checked by independent experts using today's methods, and therefore, investors should not use it to assume there are actual mineral resources or reserves. Another key disclosure is about their qualified person. While they have someone qualified verifying things, that person is actually hired by MineralRite itself. This means they are not acting as an independent third party, which is usually required to give the highest level of credibility to resource estimates. Finally, they are putting a big disclaimer on any statements about future development, how much they might recover, or the potential economic value of the project. They are saying there are major uncertainties involved, including technical challenges, rules and regulations, and economic factors. This is standard language to protect themselves legally, but it underscores that this is very much an early stage exploration story. The filing concludes with Item 9.01, which lists the exhibits. The only exhibit listed is Exhibit 99.1, which is the press release we've been discussing. There are no financial statements filed with this particular 8K, which is expected given the nature of the update. The report is signed by James Bergauer, who is the President and Principal Executive Officer, dated the 21st of April 2026. So, what's the story here? MineralRite is essentially updating the market that they are continuing their work on the Skull Valley project. They have secured their land lease, which is a necessary step, and are performing the foundational work of evaluating the site. However, it is extremely important to understand that they are at the very beginning of this process. This filing does not contain any financial performance numbers, because it is not a financial report like a 10Q or 10K. It is purely an operational update. The company is being very careful to manage expectations, stating clearly that any historical data is not compliant with current standards and that their current qualified person is not acting independently. This means any talk of potential value or development should be viewed with extreme caution. They are at the "we hope there is something here" stage, not the "we found it and are ready to extract it" stage. Investors looking for immediate financial results or proven mineral assets would not find that here. This is a speculative play focused on future potential. The risk is that the evaluation work may not yield promising results, or that the regulatory and economic hurdles are too high to overcome. On the flip side, if their evaluation does uncover something significant, it could be very impactful for a company of this size. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded if this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description.